Hello and welcome, everybody. I was going to say good morning, but it is after 12:30 in the afternoon here. It feels like morning because I had a late start. I did not sleep well last night. We're at that point right now where the temperature is just a little too warm under the covers, but just a little too cold out of the covers, whether I have my window open or not. So, yeah, I am feeling sluggish, to say the least. Hello, Pony Bro and Veer. Hope you guys are doing well. What was I gonna say? I was originally gonna play some more Atelier, Wrestleriana, or Origins, because I wanted to, like, get Dynasty Warriors 3 up to where I had it before when I streamed it, which was just finishing Charlottetown's story and getting started with Ma Chao's, but apparently my energy levels had other things in mind. I don't feel like trying to do any sort of voice acting or reading. I don't feel like taking on a challenge, so today I'm going to finish up Charlottetown's story. I don't know if I might start Ma Chao's, and if I get that far and I still feel like streaming a little bit longer, I'll just grind with some random characters. Maybe I'll get you guys to decide for me. Also, hello, Yoda. How are you doing today? I've even got my coffee here. This shows you how late of a start I've had to the day. Oh, that's not the right button. There we go. All right. So I was able to get Charlottetown's second weapon, at least so far, and a few items, which I might actually change this jump now that I have the meat bun recovery increase. And I think that's how far I'm going. And of course, I've got the guild up here with my guild generals up at the top, and then some guild officers underneath. Oh, excuse me. Preemptive Dachiao vote. Well, here's the fun part. I haven't played as anyone other than Charlottetown in this save file, because my old save file, for some reason, with the most recent PCSX2 update, it did not recognize any of my memory cards.
The main shoe force has definitely
They
camped.
either had to be deleted or reformatted, meaning I had to restart
What?
all of my save files.
It was normal, I suppose.
And I mean all of them,
People,
including,
we must
like,
destroy their formation with a beautiful one of our own.
I had started
This is the art of battle.
Dawn of Mana,
Now, you will see.
trying to remember all the other ones. Blood Will Tell, I had started a little bit of.
We shall take the shoe
Dot
supply
Hack,
depot
I had played a
and
little
cut
bit
their
of
feet
the
out
first
from
game.
under them. All units,
I have to be in the mood to play, like, an emulator, though. Like, I find that, unless it's on native hardware, I always find that playing it through an emulator,
Is what I do best.
I don't know, like, there's something about experiencing on the native hardware that it was built for, especially on, like, the display that it was built for, which is why I've got my CRT set up. Charlottetown no longer has the sick NBA vertical. What? Oh, the jump. See, the caffeine hasn't hit my veins yet. You gotta give me a break. My brain is working off of low RAM right now.
I defeated an officer.
But I am excited for the new Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster. Like, insanely excited. I cannot wait to experience Dynasty Warriors 3 for the first time again. It's gonna be awesome. I just know it. I think I mentioned it in... Oh, I missed that. Oh well. I'm playing on very easy or novice or whatever the absolute easiest difficulty is, just to get some grinding in.
So, they've joined.
Actually, what I might do when I finish Shahadun's story and play through, I think, the first stage of Ma Chao's story, I might just grind away at other characters to try to get everyone's second weapon, at least.
More enemies.
Oh, yeah.
So, the joint.
I need to check to see, actually, if there's a physical. Actually, I think I can do that here. Third stage for grinding is almost always Guan Yu's escape. Oh god, I hate that stage. I just don't like stages that have like an extra time limit, you know? Dynasty Warriors 3. There's nothing on EB Games. The Switch 2 version of Origins is available for pre-order. Doesn't say. Like, it doesn't say if it's digital or physical. It just says these are the platforms. And judging by the fact that you can only wish list, you can't go to any retailer. Like, it doesn't have that option. My guess is that it is going to be digital only, which is a massive disappointment for the size of the game that we'll be getting. Like, when you consider the fact that they rebuilt it from, well, not really from the ground up, but, like, you guys know what I mean. Words are hard when you're tired and uncaffeinated. I feel like they should have put out at least a physical edition, even if it's limited in some way. Well, it's kind of a remake and remaster at the same time. It's in the same vein as Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, where they took like the skeleton of the original and then built on top of that. So characters should have the same animations. Like, everything should be built the same way. It's just that the visual assets, camera angles, the fact that they have a much more dynamic camera, and the cutscenes are the only thing that I think are going to be remade on top of the anime AI, because, like, obviously we have more troops on screen than before. Also, hello, Blizz. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, like, the gameplay itself should be relatively unchanged. It's just like certain quality of life things that modernize the game a little bit more. Oh my god, I am so ready. I will not be experiencing it in 4K unfortunately, because I only have 1080p monitors and TV. Though hopefully someday I'll be able to upgrade. Maybe when I stop buying more video games. Excuse me. Or cards, because I've been getting a little bit back into collecting cards. Just kind of a cheap thing to collect. You know, if I buy a pack here or there, it's not as bad as buying a whole ass video game here and there. And I have a friend who wants me to get into Magic again. And the way that I plan to do that is to just do drafts. Keep the cards that I actually want to keep when I go, and sell anything that I can to recoup the cost of the draft. And then just like casually build decks and that sort of thing. They switch character progression from stat collecting to experience, I would not be mad. I wouldn't be mad either, but I do also prefer, like, for the gameplay loop of the classic games, it just makes sense. To me, anyways. I would understand if somebody would prefer that, but I'm not going to, you know, complain either way. But I have my preference. I am playing it on PCSX2. This is, it is upscaled to 4K, but my display is 1080, so it's like super scaled. So it does look a little bit better than if I just upscaled it to 1080.
I am John Way. Fight me.
John Way. Oh, I thought I could get my coffee down before. Oh, come on. But I do have a couple of cheats or patches added in, which reminds me I need to turn one of them off because it was turning some of the troops' colors different. Like, most of Dongzhuo's army was white. And I think that has something to do with my, I have a patch that turns all of Lu Bu's troops to white and Diao Chan's troops to pink, but I think because, like, some of the officers fall under Lu Bu after the Hulao, even at Hulao Gate, they appear as white, which is rude. Benevolence! Oh, speaking of card games, I've been wanting to kind of make my own card game for a while now, and I don't know what happened. Last night, I just got this bomb of, like, inspiration, and built out some rules. I'm starting to build some cards. I want to build 2 decks just to do a test run of the
We must be triumphant.
oh yeah, ADHD happens all the time, especially with me. These gents are quite tanned.
All units, break through the
But,
enemy defenses and find a supply
yeah, I just was able to get the rules written down, like, even this morning when I woke up, like, as I was just kind of, like, gaining consciousness for the day, I sat down and I was making some more cards. And I was surprised at how well thought out the the rules that I had made are, and I hope the way that I'm building these cards works well enough with the rules, because this card game was very heavily inspired by Dynasty Warriors, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and that sort of thing. So like, there's a level of resource management. You could technically go the whole game without ever fighting each other.
Spear and lure.
And I had worked it into the rules where there will be certain effects that cards can have if you are passive, meaning that you haven't fought. Wesley, I am so ready for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remake. Also, I am going to be getting up quite often to refill my coffee because, I mean, for obvious reasons, I need some fucking caffeine. And maybe if I'm feeling a little bit better, like later today, I'll stream some more Atelier Wrestleriana, because like that game looks like something that I'm going to be into. I've been really itching for more turn-based JRPGs. That's why I kind of started playing Atelier Iris and Legend of Dragoon. But I decided to put Legend of Dragoon on pause because I've never actually finished Legend of Dragoon. I think I've made it to at least the end of the 3rd disc. So, I am hoping to eventually do a full playthrough live on stream. I'm going to hold off for now because right now I definitely want to be playing this and Atelier Wrestleriana, and I want to be playing Dynasty Warriors Origins. So, you know, I've got a few things on the go. I should being the key word, play more of the games that I also received earlier, like Shantae Advance and Wild Hearts S as an example, because both of those games are also fun. Though Wild Hearts S I am shit at, mostly because I'm not used to like Monster Hunter style games, and like it's just that I need to get used to the mechanics. I was definitely starting to get the hang of it near the end of the last stream, which I think was the only stream that I did. But by now, I've lost all of that. Hey. Oh, and I need to finish my playthrough of Dynasty Warriors 1 as well. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to do. So, someday. Maybe I will just play through Legend of Dragoon after I finish Atelier Iris, because Iris is my personal time game. I have no plans on making videos on it. I am playing it on the CRT, so I can play it the way that it was intended. I've been in a really big retro mood. The other day, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to sit down, play video games. I'm going to let my ADHD choose the game that I want to play in the moment. Like, if I was in the middle of a stage in Dynasty... Ooh! Okay, I was not expecting to get the 3rd weapon this early. But I'll take it. Keep the bow defense. But yeah, I've been in such a retro mood that the other day I decided to let my ADHD pick my game that I was in the middle of, like, that I was playing. Even if I was in the middle of one game, if I wanted to play another, I would just go directly to where I could save and switch over to whatever game I decided, hey, I want to play this.
He's trying to speed things up.
Been subbed to the channel for a while. Excited to see
of a dying flame
you're on the road
is
to Dynasty Warriors 3
beautiful.
Remastered as well. Hey,
Shall
thanks,
he
Donald.
die
And welcome to the
beautifully?
channel.
We shall smother the flames of war and bring peace. Then,
Hey,
we can
welcome
say
to King
we've
Reaver
perfected the art of
to
war.
Today,
the guild
2
as
guys.
the newest guild general.
Attack!
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Unfortunately, I will say I haven't made a public post about this, but the guild cast is currently on hiatus because I have been dealing with some low energy throughout the week. After work, I am just so exhausted that I usually don't have the energy to stream, so right now I'm just trying to push myself to stream as much as possible so that I can get back onto kind of a routine that works for me. But I'm hoping that the guild cast gets brought back sooner rather than later. And as a guild general, that means that you'll be able to join in on the voice chat and become a part
All units,
of the guild
surround
cast as well.
the
So
enemy stronghold.
thank you, Decaying Reaver, for supporting the channel.
Don't
Really
fall
appreciate
into their
it.
hands. Be cautious.
And of course, that money is going to go towards buying up more Muso games and just games in general, equipment to make this experience much better for you guys. I don't think there's many Warriors games that I need to get for the purpose of like making videos on. I think I've got at least one version of every Warriors game that has been released, including at least one of each spin-off. Because like I've got Gundam Muso Special on PS2. I've got the Pachinko game. Also, hello, lady. Welcome. I am live and playing Dynasty Warriors 3 to try to catch up to where I had left off my live playthrough last time. And then I'm just gonna do some chill grinding. I'm not gonna try to do anything insane today, or at least not during this stream in particular, because I am a tired boy. Also, hello, Devil. Ice Sakuyan. But I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone, I know everyone is excited for Dynasty Warriors 3 Remaster. It's the general vibe of the entire fandom at this point. But also, way to go, Decaying Reaver. You're making me have to update the bodyguards to add you. But Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered is a complete edition. Does that mean it'll include an Empires version as well? Or was Dynasty Warriors 4 was the first Empires, yeah. So we're not going to see a Dynasty Warriors 3 Empires, but we are going to see the Extreme Legends content. Which means we are going to get a story for each of the other characters. And I just really hope that the Dynasty Tactics costumes for Lubu and Xin Ching Chang are in the game, because like that's going to be something I can work towards for the next 5 to 7 business years.
I defeated an officer.
Which is about exactly how long it's going to be before anybody sees me after the remaster comes out, because I am going to I'm gonna need to book that time off as soon as I can, because I want to take the whole fucking week to stream. Like, even if I just do two 2-hour streams every day I want to stream for an entire week just playing Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. I am, of course, getting it on PS5, and I did just recently open up my... the boxes got stuff on top of it, but I opened up my classic controller. I'm charging it right now, but this is going to be the controller that I play Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered with. Because, of course, I have to play with a classic controller. But I will be right back, because I need more coffee. Man, Jung-He, not only is Jung-He gonna have his claws, but Sun Tzu's gonna have his Tonfas, Zhou Yu's gonna have his Elder Sword, Gan Ning's gonna have the River Sword. This is gonna be incredible, guys. But yeah, I will be right back. See? I meant it when I said I would be right back. Oh my god, picking Gan Ning first. Dude, I think the order that I'm going to play it in is Shahadun first, obviously. Then I do want to do Lubu right afterwards. I'm kind of torn between Gan Ning and Ma Chao, but it's going to be one of those. Oh, excuse me. And then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. Oh, I'm not going to be playing on hard mode until I get, you know, decently level, get everybody to have a third weapon. At least. At least. But I just thought, would you guys like to see the cards that I was working on? Because... like, I wouldn't be able to show the rules or anything like that. Option. Internet's just being fun. Maybe I will turn my... phone off so that it's not connected to the Wi-Fi. So yeah, essentially the idea is that so the game is going to be called like War Council, or that's my like working title. So to just like have a couple of decks to do some play tests with, I am gonna make 3 decks, one for each Wei Wu and Shu. And so for Wei, I've got a couple of cards done up, and the idea is that it's a resource management card battle game. So you could go through the game, like I said, without actually fighting in a battle, but you do need to manage 3 different resources: gold, rations, and troops. And so, like, each of these generals would cost a certain number of gold or rations in order to play, and they come with so many troops that get added to your total. No Jin deck yet. I just want to have 3 decks to do some playtesting with before I dive too deep into making more cards. Plus, I don't know if you can tell by the fact that this looks fucking basic as hell, but this is just a test mock-up. Like, I would like to hire an actual artist to, or a graphic designer to design the template, and actual artists to do the art for the characters. But essentially, like, you would pay this cost to earn this many troops and play this card in your field. You would pick one of the cards at the beginning of the game to play as your ruler. If your ruler dies and you have a general in play, you can do certain things to make them your new ruler until you lose the game. There's a couple different ways that you can lose the game, but I'm not going to get too deep into the rules just yet because I still need to work out a bunch of things. But this down here, the bureaucrat, there's a couple different personality traits for generals. So there's like, I currently have bureaucrat, tyrant, royalty, knight, and archer, I think is the 5 I ended up settling on. And they all do different things. But like, we've got Cao Cao here. If Cao Cao is your ruler, when a general card is put into play on your side, it increases your troops by 1,000 on top of what you get for that general. And if Cao Cao is not your ruler, but they're a general in battle, they bring a commoner with them, which is another type of card that you can play. And then during the battle, Cao Cao's troops and the commoners get combined when you do those fights. Lineage is a thing that I worked in where, you know, if this card is your ruler and they die, you can search your deck for the card that's named in the lineage here and play that as your new ruler. And then I did make Cao Pi. And I'm trying to figure out, how do I balance, like, the cost, the troops, and the effects in a way that makes sense. So, like, if Cao Pi becomes your ruler during the game, so not at the start of the game, but during the game, you gain 2,000 additional troops. If the general is sent to battle, increase their troops by 1,000. So, like, if they're not your ruler, but you send them to battle, instead of having 18,000 troops, they would have 19,000. And then I made Shahadun because, of course. I'm trying to make sure that, like, anybody who I wouldn't necessarily build as a ruler doesn't have an effect as a ruler. You can make Shahadun your ruler, but he just doesn't have any effects as a ruler. So the idea behind this card from a meta gameplay would be that, you know, if you set Shahadun as your ruler, it's because you want to take advantage of Cao Cao's ability to take a commoner with him into battle. Or you would set Shahadun as your ruler because not only would Cao Cao die, but maybe Cao Pi died as well, and you have Shahadun in your play. Then I have the Heishan Bandits as well. I've got a few other cards kind of thought up, and I've got like a Google Doc full of the cards that I have planned for Wei Wu and Shu, and I just haven't designed them yet. But yeah, I thought this would be fun to just kind of like build this, and yeah, maybe I'll do some like live play testing after I do some, you know, off-camera play testing with some friends. But yeah, I'm excited because, like, thinking about the way that the game is being built, it's the best way that I could word it. It's kind of like a mix between Magic. Well, not necessarily Magic. I would probably say more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon from a card game perspective, with like a hint of Catan. Also, hello, Valentino Love. I am tired because sleep does not come easy when the temperature is at the right point where under the covers is too warm, over the covers is too cool. So I did not sleep well last night. That's why I've got this and like half a pop more where this came from. I would love to make an actual Duelist of the Roses type game, but that's more like a tactics style RPG. So I don't know how well you would do that as a card game without the cards being small. Like, you would have to make the cards not a standard card if you wanted to like have a nice grid.
I defeated an officer.
To my knowledge, Donald, they are going to be redubbing Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. For the Japanese dub, they are using the original recordings, but apparently for the Mandarin dub, they have confirmed that they are redubbing that. So I think they are going to redub the English dub as well, just to, like, you know, keep it the same quality. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I saw a remaster remake of a game series that I had not played much of but was interested in experiencing, and then the voice acting was Dynasty Warriors 3 voice acting, I would probably not enjoy that experience. But having played Dynasty Warriors 3 a lot growing up, I would enjoy the classic voices, so I would like them to be an option. I think the redub could be the default setting, and then obviously provide an option for the classic voices, whether that's patched in a later update or like a free download kind of thing. And I would also be cool, like I said, if it's done as like an update, if that update isn't day one. You know,
I defeated an officer.
I don't know the logistics around it either, because like I don't know what the contract signed with the voice actors is, whether Koei has exclusivity rights and can use the voices in whatever way they want, or if you know, they need the voice actor's permission even to reuse those lines. I have no idea. Either way, I hope there is a way for us to have that classic dub.
Show them our strength.
It would be interesting if they keep the script the same. Oh no, Beggy! I think both Beggy and Todd just died. Hey. But playing the PS2 on the CRT has kind of got me wanting to play a lot more of the retro games on other consoles. Like, I can play my PS1 games on the CRT, just play it on the PS2, but my original Xbox is hooked up to my flat screen TV because I've got the component cables. But something like Super Nintendo, Genesis, those things I would like to get hooked back up eventually. I should have a composite switcher somewhere so that I can have them all plugged in all at once. I do have my Atari 2600 plugged in. I don't know if you're going to be able to... No, you should be able to see it. There it is right there. That beautiful wood finish, all the switches that you can flick to your heart's content. I've only got like, I don't know, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 2600 games. Whoops. Wrong button. Yeah, I do have a component cable for the PS2 and a component to HDMI converter, which is what I use for the Xbox. But I find a lot of the HDMI adapters, either they just take the raw 480i footage and output it as 1080p, or it just passes through the interlaced display, which, you know, doesn't really help me much for like recording and that sort of stuff. It will still just look like garbage. So my best bet is to just continue playing PS2 through emulation, unless I want to play something that has like 2D sprites. Those tend to look better on a CRT. These 3D models, if the whole game is in 3D, it does look better on through the emulator when upscaled and that sort of stuff. Unless the textures are low quality. It's going to be dependent on the visuals, which way is going to be better. And as well, if the game just chugs on the emulator, obviously I'm going to want to play it on hardware. Like, I had a lot of issues with Tekken 2 when I was trying to do the Let's Play on the second channel. And I'm glad I decided to stop doing those Let's Plays because, goddamn, it's tough to try to, like, fill in the space when you don't really have a conversation going on with anyone else. Like, if somebody were to be watching this stream and not in the chat, they would think that, oh, this guy can easily talk forever. And yes, I can easily talk forever, but the path that I would go down as far as conversation, like, the ADHD will just run fucking wild. And sometimes I'm just not going to really feel like I have anything to say, so I'm just going to talk about what's on the screen.
No! Attack!
What are the top 3 features you want to remove beyond the lock combo and the cameras? To remove. Oh. I think lowering the amount of defense you need in order to not stagger when hit with an arrow needs to be decreased. For any difficulties below hard. Obviously hard, you want to have that staggering because, like, that's a part of the hard difficulty, but I think on very hard, I don't think it should matter how good your defense is, how good your bow defense is, whether you have ×2 defense, you're getting staggered. Calling your horse would be another feature I would want them to add in. I do think they should remove the item that shows you where your horse is and just make it show you by default, which is something I have patched into this game. Yeah, the defense to stun ratio. I think on the easier difficulties, it should be lowered. I feel like on the easiest difficulty, like when you start off with that character, that their defense at default settings should still get stunned, but maybe after 2 or 3 stages, the damage, or you shouldn't get stunned if you pick up all the defense increases that you would during that first stage or 2, you know? I don't know what the settings are, but I think that makes sense. Decreasing it at least for normal, easy, and very easy, and make it to where saddles are their own item slot, not taking one of your 5. I don't mind if they keep it as one of the 5 items, but yeah, I would like it if they kind of carried over the Dynasty Warriors 4 and 5 item allocation settings. Hell, even if they reduced your number of total items to 4 and had 1 set as saddles, but like gave us more saddles, more horse options, because isn't it just Shadowmark or Shadowrunner, Hexmark, and Red Hair that are in the game besides the elephant? No. Bad Decaying Reaver. I don't have a squirt bottle, but you can imagine me being like, no, bad. Get off the counter. Hey, Isaac. Welcome. But GL37 also asked what my top 10 favorite Dynasty Warriors 3 characters to play as are. Charlottetown is definitely up there. I feel like Lubu would be number 1 as far as just fun to play, because he's just got such good range. He is a beast. He's built that way, literally. But Charlottetown would definitely be in 2nd place. Zhou Yu would probably be 3rd. Ma Chao is also a lot of fun. I feel like after 3rd place, though, where characters land is going to change on the day, but I would definitely say Ma Chao, Gan Ning. Cao Cao. Chu Huang. Wu Shi.
You're more skilled than I've heard.
And they had better include Fushi and Nuwa in the remaster. Excuse me. I don't see why they would remove them, other than, like, just to be dumb and be like, oh, well, no, actually, they are now Warriors Odachi characters, so we're not going to include them in Dynasty Warriors 3. I'm not going to accept that as an explanation. I will be like, that is bullshit. They should be included. And this is going to be the first time that we're going to be able to see Fushi and Nuwa's Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes in HD. I don't know if anyone realizes that,
Show them our strength.
but we've never seen that in HD. The closest has been Dynasty Warriors 3 on the original Xbox, because that version can output at 480p by like natively. All of the Xbox Warriors games, when played on Xbox over component cables, will output a progressive display, which is why back in the day, before I was able to emulate, I played everything on Xbox. Hey, I hope that we get all of the costumes from like all the other games. And I will pay money for that. What they had better not do is include the alternate color costumes as paid DLC. Everything that was in this game by default should be in the remaster. That is my only base requirement, other than like the quality of life improvements. For Nuwa, I definitely prefer, well, actually for both, I prefer their Orochi iterations, and that's only because they were more developed as characters, you know? They look better, they have better, like, more rounded personalities. They have personalities to begin with.
We will crush them.
By friendly fire, do you mean the knockback damage? Like if you use a charge attack and knock an enemy into your ally? Because I think the damage should stay, but it should never kill an ally. And the damage should be negligible. That way, you know, if you are picking people left, right, and center, your allies will at least take a good amount of damage, but they should never die because you killed somebody and that somebody just happened to fall on them. The Steam version has what? Aren't the Dynasty Warriors 3 outfits in 3 Ultimate? I'll have to check that. Somebody remind me to check that once we're done of this stage, because I am interested. If they are in fact in Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, that would be really cool, but I don't think they are. I don't remember seeing them in there. They do have, like, colors, I'm pretty sure, alternate colors that are connected to their colors in Dynasty Warriors 3. Like, Fushi has a red costume and Nuwa has a green costume, but I don't think they actually have their Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes. Unless it's specific to the Steam version, because I don't think I've played as Fushi or Nuwa a whole lot, because I've been trying to unlock all the other characters and the costumes for the Dynasty and Samurai characters first. Okay, not for Fushi and Nuwa. Okay. Thank you for confirming, Yura. I had a feeling that was the case. Excuse me. This coffee's not working. I need my money back. Do we have any other coffee drinkers in the chat? If so, how do you drink your coffee? I was talking to some people at work today about, or not today, but fairly recently about this. Because I just drink black coffee, no sugar, no cream, Literally just straight from the bean. But one of the new guys, he drinks his black just like me, but cold. Another always has to have cream and sugar, another has to have sugar, another has to have cream. You know, some people need cream and sugar and it has to be cold. Chocolate milk, yes. Lighty, have you tried chocolate milk in coffee? All right, Decaying Reaver, what type of tea, and do you drink it with a dairy product and sugar? And hot or cold? Caramel frap. See, I will do like a fancy coffee every now and then. I don't get Starbucks too often, but when I do, I'll always get an almond honey flat white. Just because, like, it's made with a blonde roast, which is my preferred roast. But a blonde roast espresso, almond milk, honey syrup, not just honey, but honey syrup. So it's dairy-free. So I'm not fully lactose intolerant. I do eat cheese and yogurt and have no issues, but for some reason, like, actual liquid milk and cream, that, for some reason, fucks with my stomach. Something fierce. But every other dairy product, have no issue with. So that's partly why I get the almond honey flat white, but otherwise, if I don't get that, I will get a mocha made with oat milk, because the oat milk kind of makes it taste like I don't know if you guys know what I mean by spider cookie, but it kind of has that sort of taste. Hey, Negative. I'm doing well. How are you? Relative that only drinks cold tea. See, Chels will drink cold tea, but only because they usually forget about their tea. There have been multiple times where they have made themselves a cup of tea, waited for it to cool off because, unlike me, they cannot drink scalding hot liquids. And usually by the time they remember, the tea is cold. Meanwhile, if I'm drinking tea, I'm drinking it, like, at least 5 minutes afterwards. Or at most, I should say. Because, like I said, I like my tea and coffee hot. Like, if I'm working and my coffee is, like, halfway done, because we have free coffee at work. If my coffee is halfway done, but it's starting to get cold, I will just go and put more hot coffee in. Because I will not drink, like, even room temperature coffee. When it starts to cool off just a little bit, I'm not drinking the rest. For me, it depends on what type of tea, whether I can drink it cold or hot. Sometimes I will have like a peppermint or a spearmint, some sort of mint tea, if my stomach is not feeling well, or if it's late at night and I just want some sort of tasty beverage. And that's one that I can drink cool. I won't drink it like once it's completely cooled off. At that point, it is hard for me to get down, but if it's gotten to like the usual point where I would stop drinking my coffee, I'll still drink it. I will accept a lower temperature on my mint teas than I do on my coffee or most any other tea. But usually, like, my main go-to for tea is an Earl Grey. And I usually drink that black, but I also like a London Fog, so, like, those are the two ways that I would drink Earl Grey.
I shall defeat all before me.
Oh, Decaying Reaver.
To
I can
battle!
drink both tea and coffee straight from being made.
Don't lag behind.
But tea, it's usually best when you let it steep for a little bit, and
Officer.
unfortunately that does mean usually, for us anyways, because we don't have a pot that you would just put
Forgive
the leaves into. We just have a pot that boils on its own, and then you pour that into a cup. And you let the tea steep that way.
We must fight well.
Drink either PG Tips or Yorkshire tea. Is that any specific type of tea? What if the grade up from drops after the 7th combo upon defeating? I mean, it better be if they're gonna keep the stat increases.
You snake.
Lady, what I would probably recommend, if you like, do you like hot drinks? Let me start with that. Because if you like hot drinks, you can find a like a chocolate tea. I would maybe say, see if you can find yourself like a chocolate black tea or a chocolate chai. The chai will have like a cinnamon, ginger kind of like spice to it. But chai would probably be a good place to start if you enjoy like chocolate milks or flavored milks. I would also agree with Decaying Reaver. I would say maybe starting with like an orange pico or an Earl Grey. Maybe try it with milk or cream to start with. Like, a London Fog is actually a really good beginner's tea because it's sweet. It's just like what a London Fog is Earl Grey tea with vanilla and cream, steamed cream.
I defeated an officer.
Though I would probably recommend not to get Starbucks. I've had their London Fog before, and it does not taste good. It does not taste like a good London Fog. I haven't tried their chai, though, because, like I said, I usually get the almond honey flat white if I get any drinks from there. And we actually have a milk frother here, so we don't usually buy our lattes elsewhere. Ooh, but speaking of which, you can buy from a company called Bloom, and they have a chocolate reishi hot cacao. I think that's
I will serve
the
until
brand.
my death.
You just put like a scoop of that in with your milk, mix it up, heat it up, and you're golden. And it tastes.
I defeated an officer.
In fact, I'm slightly tempted to make myself one
Enough. I
later today.
have lived well.
Never had Starbucks? I mean, if you're not big into coffee, you're not really missing out on much. Like, they have some nice baked good stuff there, but, like, maybe it's because we have so many local cafes that make their stuff right there in the shop. I would much rather go anywhere for my snacks than Starbucks because all of their stuff is just shipped to them and pre-packaged. If it's a hot thing, they just heat it up. Like, they literally just take it out of the plastic wrapper and then put it in a heater. That's it. All of their sandwiches are done that way. And, like, some of their sandwiches are good, but, yeah, I just think that's, you know, A, overpriced, and B, overproduced. Just doesn't have the same flavor as something made fresh in the cafe. Like, if anybody finds themselves in PEI, specifically in Charlottetown, I highly recommend going to Receiver. There are 2 in Charlottetown, at least, and 1 kind of on the way out of Charlottetown toward Cornwall. And the coffee is great. That's probably the best place in PEI to get a London Fog. All of their stuff is fucking delicious. And like I said, it is a local chain. I don't think there is a Receiver anywhere else other than in PEI. If you go to the Brass Shop by Founders Hall, they do a Eggs Benedict that is like orgasmic. Gotta go. Hopefully make it back in time for some more of the stream. All right, the King Reaver, thanks again for joining the guild. Hope you have a good rest of the day, and I'll probably be streaming a lot more throughout the day because Chelsea's gone away for the weekend. So besides doing the laundry and the dishes, I have nothing else on the go for the entire weekend. What's my second favorite Dynasty Warriors game? I would say that my top favorite is 8, and my second favorite would be, right now, I would probably say it's Origins, with 4 being in 3rd place, 5 being in 4th.
Lord, I was unable to fulfill your dream. I beg your forgiveness.
No, I'd probably put 7 at 4th, and then 5 at 5th. Oh man, I would love to play through Strike Force myself at some point. I've been meaning to try to coordinate some sort of playthrough with people, but time and coordination is tough. Especially if the people you are trying to coordinate with are in different time zones. Or just have different life schedules. Have yet to play Strike Force, want to try it so bad. Heard that the co-op, it has co-op too. Not local co-op, but online co-op, or if you're playing on PSP, wireless co-op. Lighty, same. I've played it once to get specific gameplay footage, and that's been it. I mean, I even have 2 copies on PS3 in case I can force someone else to play with me. Yeah, I would have to play it on PS3 because that's where it's free to play online. Mute that before I accidentally get... Can I? Okay, I can speed it up. I can't skip this for some reason. So it's still on the P. I don't know if it's still on the PlayStation catalog. It should still be streamable through PlayStation Plus, at least, I think. Yeah, I do like this song, but I just don't want to get this video taken down or anything. The servers are still available. So that means that we all need to play through it before the servers are shut down. I have had this song get copyrighted or copyright claimed. So like the video itself wouldn't get taken down, but I would have to mute that section of the video if I wanted the video to be fully monetized. Oh, if they re-record this song. Oh yeah, and 4 had a really good ending song too. Samurai Warriors 4 2 also had a really good song by Wagaki. Which, if you've never heard Wagaki Band, highly recommend them because they sound like a Samurai Warriors soundtrack. That's the best way that I can describe their music. They sound like they would be hired to make a Samurai Warriors soundtrack. All right, now it's time to start Ma Chao. And if I remember correctly, I only played through this stage before the end of the last Dynasty Warriors 3 stream. And I think that's good where everything is at. Actually, let's change to the spear. Yes, Senbon Sakura. Such a good song. And like, that's a cover. The original was done by Hatsune Miku. Because everything comes back to Hatsune Miku. But not only does Wagaki do a good job of Senbon Sakura, or Senbon Sakurai, Ado also did a cover of that song. And it's so good. Man, bonus characters and stages would be fantastic. I would also like to see them, like, bring in stages from other games as DLC. Like, it would be really fucking cool to be able to play through the Origins Hulao Gate, but in Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. That would be fucking cool.
Don't plan on running from this battle. Protect the people on the way to Han Shui.
I shall give my life in defense of Lord Liu Bei.
Leave my lord's unit to me! Not even a dog will pass!
I think the only characters that were free mode only in 3 Extreme Legends anyways was Fushin Lua. Which I don't know how they would do that. From a story perspective.
We will destroy them.
Unless they just have the same story and it's just them going along the most important battles. I don't know. Are there any stages where they would have special dialogue that's not just, you know, any character that you play as has dialogue at that moment. Yeah, like a bystander, or like they're participating like in a minor role. Yeah, I could see them reusing Ziluan for sure. Oh, my controller disconnected. There we go. The one drawback of Bluetooth, especially when your computer is as old as mine is. Again, I gotta upgrade things, but upgrades cost money. And I am not good with money, as you can tell, but everything.
You are a powerful warrior.
Hey, Chow doing. Choose 4 characters from 4 and 5 to be added. Who would you choose? Cao Ren and Zhou Tai for sure. Actually, you know what? I'd probably just pick everyone in Dynasty Warriors 4 and Zuo Ci.
Next time.
I would like to have Guan Ping, but I just prefer playing as Yue Ying myself.
We must not fall behind.
God damn it, Zhang Liao. Stop! Man, it would be so cool if they did include the at least all the characters up to Dynasty Warriors 5 with their Dynasty Warriors 5 movesets.
You're even stronger than they say.
We mustn't be outdone. Fight harder.
Even if they don't include them as playable, I think it would be cool for them to give you an option to have them use like their Dynasty Warriors 4 or 5 models to replace the generic models. Like they could just still use the generic move sets. We just wouldn't see like Yue Ying or Qing Tsai. Yeah, an event gallery needs to be added, and any of the events that require or that change depending on the character you're playing should have a character selection option. Or what they might be able to do is you select the character and you can watch any events that they would be in. I do think that
Cao, you intend to end it here at Chanbon?
the modern number of troops and the old school AI
I will
would
join
be
this unit and we will cut off the enemy's pursuit.
not necessarily unplayable, but it would be way harder than the original. Because, like, obviously, if you have more troops on screen, and they're programmed to attack the way that these are programmed to attack, you're going to be attacked more often. That's just the way that it works. So, like, they're going to need to dumb them down a little bit. I have a feeling that it's going to be kind of close to Dynasty Warriors Origins, where, you know, it's a little bit more difficult than most modern Warriors games, and on the hardest difficulty, it's going to be a challenge. But it is going to be possible if you get good at the game and level up your characters and that sort of stuff. Can I ride this horse, or am I too low of a level? Yeah, Isaac, I am in the same boat as you, which is why I am completely cool with them reducing the AI difficulty. As long as it's not reduced too much. I think Origins did a good job of balancing everything the way that it should be balanced. Because my first playthrough of Origins was on easy, and that was what was it called? Historian? But that's how I thought a Dynasty Warriors game should feel on your first playthrough on the easiest difficulty. It was just enough of a challenge that it was likely that I would win, but not guaranteed. And then on hard, it definitely was not guaranteed, even when I'm maxed out. So that's kind of like what I'm expecting from the difficulty in the remaster.
You're mine.
Yeah, that would be cool to be able to select the hypothetical version of a stage, kind of like what they did in Dynasty Warriors 8.
I defeated an officer.
One thing Origins brought was a lot of quality of life regarding battlefield information, so I wouldn't mind if some of that gets implemented. Honestly, as long as they don't change too much of the classic experience, I'm cool with it. Like, I don't want it to feel like a whole different game. I still want it to feel like Dynasty Warriors 3, but I'm cool with it feeling like Dynasty Warriors 3, but better. Because that's what I want. That's what I've always wanted, was just Dynasty Warriors 3, but better. Things like having camera control, widescreen display, upscaled visuals, all of that stuff. Which, you know, you get kind of close to that through emulation. You don't get the camera control, but you can remove the lock-on. You can upscale the visuals, just not the 2D visuals. You can have it widescreen, but it stretches the 2D visuals. So I'm really happy that they did decide to kind of remake or modernize Dynasty Warriors 3, because it's technically not like a full from the ground up remake. It's much closer to what they did with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad that they're going the route that they're going, because it still gives you a reason to go back and play the original. And it would be cool if they also made the original available along with the remaster. I just hope that if they do, they don't do what they did with Atelier Marie and make it only available through the deluxe edition. Hey, Lord Vlad! It has been a while. Hope you're doing well. Jonathan, I think if they do redub the English voices, which I think they are going to do, I'm pretty sure it's going to be using the Origins voice actors. Mostly because, like, a lot of them from 8, you know, they're kind of getting a little older in age. They might not be taking on as many roles. And, like, the cast for Origins is definitely of the current generation of voice actors. Like, you still have people like Kyle Bear, who was in Dynasty Warriors before and has been doing voices for a very long time. But then you have people like Alejandro. Kaiji Tang has been around for a while, but he's mostly been kind of becoming more popular lately, like within the last 5-10 years. So I could see them using more current and up-and-coming voice actors. Yes, I would love Alex Lee in Dynasty Warriors 3. I do hope that, you know, they keep all of the voice actors from Origins doing their characters, because Kaiji Tang fucking knocked it out of the park with Gunning. Just did such a fucking good job. I mean, Kaiji has been one of those voice actors who, when I first heard him, he has a very specific cadence to his speech. So you can usually pinpoint him once you figure out what that cadence is like. And at first, I wasn't really into it because, you know, it's so unique.
You will be the survivor.
But that's the thing. He has a very specific type of character that he does so well at playing, and usually it's either the laid-back, the goofy, or the delinquent kind of character. So, you know, he played Chenggong and Ganning in Origins. He played Sima Zhao in 7 and 8. He was Kenshiro in Fist of the North Star Ken's Rage. But he played Bill in Beastars, which is a perfect role for him. That, like, kind of cool, but, like, hot-headed kind of character. Who else did he play? He was Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen. And, like, I didn't watch Jujutsu Kaisen, but Chelsea did, and I peeked over every now and then. And yeah, Gojo is a perfect role for Kaiji. He's very quickly become one of my favorite voice actors right now. Him and Alex Lee, definitely two of my top favorites.
Impressive.
Oh, if Kyle does reprise his role as Sima Yi in 3 Remastered, it's over. That's going to be, like, one of the best playthroughs is Sima Yi's story. Do you add any other mods other than the widescreen mods and remove black bars? Yeah.
There is nothing my
I have an increase to the draw distance, increase to the number of troops per unit, remove the lock-on. I can pick up items while mounted. Generals that are under an officer don't retreat. I have it so that, like, it shows me where the horse is on the map after I unmount, so I don't need to add that item to my character. I can walk through gates. I think I also have it set up where my my horse would be able to go places that horses can't go. I'm trying to remember what else. I think the yellow turbans, because I'm playing 3 Extreme Legends, I have them set to their model that they had for Vanilla 3. Yeah, I'm not super active in the modding server, mostly because, like, I don't know, I mostly go there to use the mods, but I have requested at least one mod, maybe 2. I think I requested to see if somebody could create a camera control mod for all of the games other than Samurai Warriors 2, and I wanted a mod that could change character like NPC costumes, kind of similar to the setting in Samurai Warriors 1, where the NPCs would have the same costume that you have. That way, like, you could play through Dynasty Warriors 4 and everybody is in their Dynasty Warriors 3 outfit. I think that would be a lot of fun. Or playing through Dynasty Warriors 4 with everyone, or sorry, 5 with everyone in their Dynasty Warriors 4 outfit. Did I kill? Oh no, there is still that officer over there. I don't know who is going to be maxed out first, but in all likelihood, it's going to be Shahadun or Lubu. Because I think one of the things that I'm going to work towards right off the get-go is Lubu's Dynasty Tactics costume. Because at least that is relatively easy to unlock when compared to Sun Shengsheng's.
Until next time.
The other thing is, like, I'm not as familiar with Dynasty Warriors 3 as I am with most of the other Warriors games, because I started playing with 3 Extreme Legends. And I didn't get Vanilla 3 until, like, before Samurai Warriors 2 was released, I'm pretty sure. But after Dynasty Warriors 5 was released. So, like, even when I did get Vanilla 3, I didn't really have much reason to go and play it. So, I did experience a lot of the stuff in 3 Extreme Legends, but not a whole lot in Vanilla 3. I played through a good number of character stories, but not everyone. Hey, Bianca, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming out. Started with the fighting game. Nice. I've told this story a few times on the channel, but when I was a kid, we lived in BC, British Columbia, for those of you who aren't Canadian. And my babysitter's son managed a pawn shop. I couldn't remember if he owned or managed it. I think he just managed it, but it was within a walking distance from my place. So some weekends I would walk there and bring, like, my stack of video games that I had finished and or just lost interest in playing, and he would just let me straight swap PS1 for PS1, PS2 for PS2, or one PS2 game for two PS1 games, two PS1 games for one PS2 game, that sort of thing. And it was through that I was able to play like so many of the classics. And I decided to grab Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends one day, thinking that it was going to be like a RPG adventure type game, kind of like Legend of Zelda. I think I had just finished playing Dark Cloud 2, so I was expecting something along those lines. And it wasn't that. It was an arcadey beat-em-up game with RPG-esque mechanics, like increasing your stats and that sort of thing. So it just wasn't what I was expecting, and I didn't turn the difficulty down. So the first stage, I got my ass handed to me, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to play this. This isn't what I wanted to play. It wasn't what I was expecting, so it just did not click with me in that moment. And then I had a friend come over another day, and we decided to play this because it was a two-player game that we hadn't played together before, and that's when things started to click. We turned down the difficulty. We started to be more strategic, you know, you go this way, I go that way kind of thing. And that's where Dynasty Warriors became my favorite game of all time. Yes, Dynasty Warriors 4 Hyper was awesome. I am so glad that I have a version to play. I just would like to get an English copy of it. Somebody did send me an English copy, or an English file for the game. But every time I start playing it, it requires a widescreen patch that wasn't included with the files that was sent. So everything just does not look good. So I'm got to stick with my Russian copy if I want to play that. But because that doesn't have the Extreme Legends stuff, and you know, I can get not only better visuals, but I can play without the combo lock on. I have more mod options with this through PCSX2. That's how I play Dynasty Warriors 4 right now. But hopefully we can make Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster sell really well, and we'll get a Dynasty Warriors 4 remaster. I do kind of hope they go in chronological order, and then we get Samurai Warriors after Dynasty Warriors 4, then we get Dynasty Warriors 5, then Samurai Warriors 2, and then Warriors Orochi 1 and 2 can be like a full, complete collection. Like we get Warriors Orochi Z remaster.
Don't let anyone get ahead of you.
Oh yeah, the dynamic shadows just make it look so good. That's why I got a Japanese Xbox 360 with Shin Sangoku Musou 4 Special, because goddamn, it looks so good. And can you imagine when they do get around to Dynasty Warriors 5, remastering that, and it has Destiny mode?
It is unfortunate to kill one of such skill.
Everyone is going to go feral when that happens. Koei did plan to release Warriors Orochi Z in English. It was supposed to be called Warriors Orochi the Collective. I did see that. I forget why they decided not to, but it's very unfortunate. Ooh, like, yeah, Profar, you bring up a really good
Until next time.
point. For Destiny mode, it would be fantastic if they updated the character edit. And Bianca, no, I will yawn because if I do not yawn, I will explode. And I don't think you want to see somebody die live on stream. At least not me, anyways. Oh, excuse me. God damn. All right. So with that, I am officially where I left off with my streams last time. I'm still going to stream a little bit longer, do some more grinding. Because I would like to get Ma Chao's second weapon. I will quickly just step away for a moment to grab a refill of my coffee, but I'm going to continue just grinding away, so I will be right back. Oh, and I'm back, and bumping into my TV, but I forgot. I mentioned earlier that Chelsea has gone away to an event for the weekend, and they made homemade marshmallows to take with them, and I got the scrap parts, which they taste just the same. They're just not pretty looking. Oh, fuck. So good. It's maple flavored, so as a Canadian, maple flavor. Oh, I have been activated. Well, Bianca, you'll have to make a trip up sometime. In your guys' opinion, which Warriors title is the hardest to get the unlockables in, weapons, etc.? I want to say 3, but 4 is also pretty tough. 5 was pretty easy, and I feel like after that is when it all became pretty simple. Like, even if it was still a challenge, the requirements was still pretty simple. Yoda, no, I would not be able to handle even if one person showed up at my door, like, unannounced. I would be like, how the fuck did you get here? I'm calling the cops.
Don't hold back. Lubu is coming.
Don't do that. Oh. La Boo Boo is coming. No, coffee is not good for insomnia. It is good when you didn't get a good sleep and you're trying to be a functioning member of society. But if you have insomnia, you should probably sleep, and coffee doesn't help with sleep. Unless you have ADHD, then, you know, sometimes when the caffeine first hits, you usually get like a crash at first, and then you get that pick-me-up afterwards. So like a lot of people with ADHD will drink a cup of coffee before they take a nap, because they'll get that crash out, and not crash out, but they'll nap, and then when they wake up, they're fully charged and ready to go. I don't use creamer when I have my coffee, though. I don't mind it. I will always prefer to have black coffee first thing in the morning. Like,
I am Zhang Fei.
Chelsea's bought me this mocha flavored protein powder, and it tastes really fucking good, and I need to drink it more often. But like, they're always saying, oh, you should have this first thing in the morning instead of your coffee. Like, have this first and then your coffee. But there's something about just a nice cup of hot black coffee that just starts my day off right. And anytime I do not have black coffee first thing in the morning with my breakfast, I just don't feel good. Or like, you know, it's part of the routine that I've built that I'm able to maintain. Because I don't know if you know this about people with ADHD, but we do not do routines. We prefer routines. Routines help our life to, you know, stay on track, but we suck at building routines. Like the amount of times I have tried to make a routine around flossing, and none of them have been successful. I'll usually like floss for a good number of weeks, and then one day I'll be too tired, and I'll just be like, nah, I can skip flossing today and just brush my teeth, go to bed. And then the next day I'll be like, well, I can do that again. And there we go, I've lost the routine. I'll have like a equal amount of time between flossing that, like, you know, I had been flossing for. So like sometimes I can do as far as like 2 months
We must fight well.
consistently flossing, and then suddenly I'm not flossing for 2 months, and then I'm back on, back off, back on, back off. Yes, feel my wrath. Coffee is my Muso wine. If we could get Samurai Warriors 2 remastered, that would be great. But personally, I would love to see Warriors Orochi Z remastered. Especially with like the graphics that they currently have. I do kind of hope that we get a remaster every couple of years.
I have indeed failed my brothers.
You know, there are some things that, like, I am good to set up as a routine, and a lot of things that I'm not. Because while I do believe I have a bit of the tism, I believe my ADHD outweighs the tism by a lot.
I oppose all who destroy the peace.
Like, there was a while there where I was building Gunpla every day. And I mean, we've seen it before where I was doing pretty good at streaming so many days a week. But obviously, schedule just sometimes doesn't allow for streams to happen. And with, you know, work being busy and learning a new job and stuff like that, obviously, I need to make sure that I do good at my job because, you know, that's the thing that pays the bills.
My brothers, I'm sorry to say.
YouTube
But I must break
barely
our
pays
oath.
for itself. Usually, it doesn't. Because I spend too much money on my interests. Which is why getting into Magic, I am being strict and being like, it's only casual. This is not, you're not gonna be buying singles. You are just going to work with whatever cards you pull from random packs. The most that you will spend your money on is drafts. Man, could you imagine if they allowed you to play as generics in, like, free mode? For the remaster? That'd be wild. So I didn't say it before I started this, but Hulao Gate on Dongzhuo's side in the original is usually my go-to for grinding. Just because, like, the difficulty is low enough that anybody starting out should be fine on the easiest difficulty. Everybody drops some pretty decent stat increases. You might not get the best weapons, but at least you'll get some good stats. And there's still a gate captain in here. I do need to figure out a good stage for weapons, because I do want everybody to have their third level weapon at least. And I'm probably going to do a mix of story streams and grinding streams here and there, leading up to the release of the remaster. Wonder if the fact that they added Xiao Yun's Dynasty Warriors 3 outfit in Origins was supposed to be a giveaway that they were remastering. I mean, that is kind of cool that it happened in that way. I would like to see them add all of the Dynasty Warriors 3 costumes for at least for the companions, so that Ziluan can wear them. The only one that I don't know if they'll add for Ziluan is Sun Sheng Sheng, but I kind of hope they do, because that would be hilarious. Just, it makes sense to turn the twink into a femboy. Give him a titty window. Yeah, Genji doesn't get her flute back, but Ziluan gets it instead. What I could see them doing, though, and it might not be this upcoming DLC pack, but I would like to see them give us, like,
The outshot! Go to the front!
a short story playthrough to where we
If
can
you are
play
there,
as
the enemy will be less willing
Juha,
to fight.
and then from there, like, we can give her all of the female costumes. Give Zuluan a tramp stamp. No, he needs the like succubus crotch tattoo that you see in anime. Yep. No, he needs the pants that say juicy on the butt, but a crop top too. There you go. Big ass hoop earrings. Just fucking give him the Gerudo outfit from Breath of the Wild. I don't even know if it's Gerudo. But, like, Zuluan and Link are just two sides of the same coin. Booty shorts. There we go. Hopefully I wake up sometime soon. I think I joined the stream at the best possible time. You did! We're trying to think of Gooner content for Zuluan.
I defeated an officer.
We must be triumphant.
We are very honored. You are a true hero.
I think I'm gonna be yawning like all day today. Doesn't matter.
Anybody like to take me on?
Oh, weird.
I defeated an officer.
Oh, will this battlefield be my last? Oh.
We need to keep up.
Interesting.
Oh,
You want to fight me?
Oh, fuck. I realized you were on Joe's side. Yeah, this is kind of like my go-to to like grind up characters that I haven't played as yet.
I defeated an
Just because it's
officer.
easy enough And there's a lot of characters to drop stat increases.
The future is yours.
Once they get up to a certain point, then I will move on to trying to get their second and third weapon. So like after I get Ma Chao up to a decent spot, if I don't have his second weapon, I will find a stage that maybe has 3 flag stars, or 3 flag difficulty.
Impressive.
To try to get a good weapon.
Let's go.
And I would like to get everybody's second weapon at least, if I can, before I take on their stories, just because that'll help make that easier. I hope they go like in chronological order. So after 3 would be 4, then Samurai Warriors 1, then Dynasty Warriors 5, then Samurai Warriors 2, then Warriors OG 1 and 2, then Dynasty Warriors 6, Samurai Warriors 3, that's it. And I would be cool if there's like a 2 to 3 year window between releases. I feel like depending on how they do the game, 1 year windows might be too short. Unless they're using that as like a filler kind of thing. Like here's a remaster / remake to like hold you over until the next big Musou game. Well, we'll see. I think sales are going to be what decides the path, because Origins had a potential to be the last Musou game, or at least the last Dynasty Warriors game. Because like Musou games in general had slowed down in sales. Even the spin-offs weren't performing as well as they had hoped. So because Origins performed so well, we're seeing the Musou series kind of have this renaissance. So if 3 Remastered sells well, I can definitely see them doing at least Dynasty Warriors 4. Or Samurai Warriors 2 for the next Samurai Warriors anniversary. If they don't make this like a reoccurring release. Yeah, I was expecting them to just literally do a very basic remaster, which, if that's what they did, nobody would have complained. They did not have to go, like, put in the amount of effort that they are putting into this remaster. But I will tell you this, it's not going to go unappreciated. Even if it doesn't happen to sell as well as they want it to, the people who buy it and the people who play it are definitely going to appreciate the amount of work that went into it. Oh, the Lone Swordsman. I would love if they brought back Ken's Rage or Gundam. I hope, because Bandai Namco and Koei Tecmo have a good relationship together. Like, they're still working together. They're doing a strategy game for the anime kingdom. So hopefully we'll eventually see something. I mean, they are both involved in Pirate Warriors. And I could see them, like, taking the formula that they have for Origins and applying it to, like, a Gundam series. Like, they could revamp the combat for Gundam and just give us a Universal Century game that kind of covers the original series, Zeta, Double Zeta, maybe go as far as doing like 8th MS team. What's the one with the with Gato? Fuck. But I could see them kind of doing like a Universal Century focused game, or you could also do Iron Blooded Orphans. That's like prime for a Muso series because a lot of the mobile suits have like hand-to-hand combat weapons.
We are very honored. You are a true hero.
And you could just like add in some special mobile suits as DLC or what have you. Have Musha Mark 1 and 2 and Knight Gundam kind of be like secret unlockable characters, maybe.
Don't hold back. Attack.
I hope they don't keep the archers the exact same. I mentioned it earlier, but I hope that they lower the amount of defense you need to not stagger when you get hit with an arrow, at least on normal and easier. Like, you should still be staggered if you have, like, just default defense stats, but on the easiest difficulty, after, like, a couple of stages, you should be able to just tank an arrow hit. Hey, Madhu! Welcome! Cao Hong, stop with the guarding.
I defeated an officer.
I shall destroy all who get in my way.
Yeah, I could see a seed-focused Muso game too. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired, but other than that, doing pretty good. We're at the point now where the weather is just not cooperating with my level of comfort.
It cannot end here.
Because I do not like it warm.
Yet.
But also, it's hard to sleep when it's fucking cold. So, it's at that point now where it's too warm under the covers, too cold over the covers. Yes, cold weather is better than hot weather. Like, my parents will go on vacation down south, and they'll be like, oh, you should come with us. And I'm like, no. Nope. I do not want to go anywhere where the temperature feels like more than 20 degrees. And even here, we get up to like 30 degrees. 40 with the humidity sometimes, which is disgusting, but rare. And then even like during the winter, we'll sometimes get minus 40 with the wind chill. But at least that you can layer up. And, you know, as long as you're not out for too long, there's not many issues. Nope. Sorry, Madhu. I can't do that. How are the PS2 versions of the Gundam Musou games? If that's what you're asking, they play exactly like the 360 versions. They just look different. I did play a little bit of Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 on the CRT, and it actually looks really good. Because, like, I did find a lot of the mobile suits in Gundam 2 just look too shiny. They don't look like they've been on a battlefield, which isn't bad. I do like the look of the 360 and PS3 versions of Gundam 2, but they don't have that shine, that straight off of the production line look. So it's not that I prefer the PS2 look, but it might be more what people are used to seeing when they play a Gundam game. Oh yeah, definitely recommend it. And like the first Gundam game isn't available in English, but both Musha and Musha Mark II have a story mode for themselves, which is really cool. Also, Musha Mark II made his debut in Gundam Special on PS2, not Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. Excuse me. Does Wen Chao still have... Yeah, Wen Chao, I need to find where he is. Because you can't select them to see where they are on the map. Not in this game, anyways. Ooh, yeah, having the option to have like a cel-shaded versus not is really cool in like a Gundam game. I think they did that with the newest Gundam game, didn't they? Yeah, like, let me do this. I'll just change the game properties because I don't want to change too much with everything else. But if I go to graphics, or is it emulation? I guess I'll just turn this to normal and scan lines. So this is native 480i with scan lines. And there are a couple different options for the scan lines too. I usually like just the basic scan lines. If you can't get one that has a more active filter, that really truly replicates that interlaced display. But obviously, anything interlaced is going to look best on a display that's meant for interlaced video. So interlaced on a CRT progressive on a flat screen or modern display. Because, like, the more you add to the, what's this one? Oh, this one's not too bad, actually. Like, the scan lines I find really benefit the 2D stuff. Like any sort of sprites or portraits.
Tremble before me. I am Wan Shao.
Because, like, they were built with CRTs in mind. People didn't make the sprites thinking that, oh, you know, if we don't have the scan lines or the interlaced display, these are going to look perfect. They made them with the scan lines and the interlaced display in mind. So when you play, like, a JRPG, for example, and you look at the character portraits on a CRT, they're going to look more smooth because they were built that way. Even though they might only use 2 or 3 different shades of the same color, it looks more dynamic with its shading than if you didn't have an interlaced display or scan lines or anything like that.
One family. Prosper.
But I am going to put this back to normal because I do personally prefer, like, if I'm playing this way, at least with a game that has 3D assets, I prefer a clean 3D look, you know? Excuse me. Yeah, I haven't got the speed scroll yet. I can't remember if that's a secret item to unlock in this game, or if it's just one of the random ones. Oh, excuse me. But this is actually where I'm going to call it a stream for now. I'm just gonna take care of a couple of chores around the house, and then I'll probably jump back on at some point today to stream. I don't know what. It'll either be more Dynasty Warriors 3, might finally get back into Dynasty Warriors 1 if I have the energy to take on a fighting game, or I might play some more Atelier Wrestleriana. I haven't decided yet. And maybe I'll put out a poll. I don't know. I'll figure things out once I feel ready to jump back in. And yeah, don't forget, the conversation doesn't have to end here along with the stream. You can also join the Discord server. There is a link in the description below. You can also follow me on all of my social medias. If you want to help support the channel, you can join the guild by, you know, selecting the YouTube membership. Or you want something physical along with your support, there is a link to theotakubox.com/Chris Gildart. If you start your subscription, I get a little bit of kickback. So you get some anime merch and I get some pay from that. There's also music that I made back in the day that's on Spotify, YouTube Music. You can also use it in your TikToks, Snapchats, Instagram Reels. I'm pretty sure you can do it on your YouTube Shorts. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do by checking out the description. But with that being said, Thank you for joining me for this stream. I almost said for today, but I'm going to be live again later, so I will see you all in the next stream.